Hello and good evening. Welcome to round number 5 of the AMF GT Dev Series, sponsored by Race Management Services RMS. We are here at the Nürburgring GP Streck layout. I think that's how you say it. I do apologize if I butcher it. Another 45-minute race. It should be a fairly interesting and pretty action-packed next 45 minutes. My name is Isaac Edwards. Steve Kirk is unavailable again this weekend, but joining me in the commentary booth is Dave Clements. Dave, good evening, and welcome to the Nürburgring.
Good evening, Isaac, and thanks for having me along, mate. It is a beautiful sunny day here late in the afternoon in the Rhineland in Germany. Looks like a lovely day for a race.
It does indeed. Had a bit of a look at the field, and there are some familiar faces in there, but I think the question a lot of people want to know is, can Craig Edwards be stopped? Because of all of his times he's been in the AMF series, he's won nearly every single one of them.
That's very true. As somebody who's raced against him, I can answer that question for you, and the answer is no. No, I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can. We've had other series where other drivers have been able to take it to him. He has very much run away with this series so far, and look, it's credit to him. You put the miles in, you put the laps in, you put the time in, and you get the results out. So he's very much doing that, and it's up to everybody else to bring the fight to him.
Yeah, definitely. Not only that, but in the GT3 field, it's mainly been a redback racing domination with guys like Tom Curran and I think also Chad Earn up there in
Yes.
in their field.
Yeah, those guys have been working very hard behind the scenes to make that happen. It's not just turn up and be awesome, as much as we like to do that. It's a lot of work, and they're getting results for it, which is brilliant.
It is pretty brilliant. Well, it's been a pretty busy weekend for not only the guys here, but speaking of GT, we just saw the finish of the Liquid Moly Bathurst 12-hour down in Mount Panorama, and that finish was over the top. Has to be one of the best finishes of the 12-hour, in my opinion.
Pretty sensational, wasn't it? A bit of controversy there, but it was good to see that the stewards didn't take away from what was a very eventful finish by applying a penalty to the Porsche there. So I'm sure those guys are absolutely stoked.
They would be absolutely stoked, and it was a good send off to the 991 911R, which will be replaced by the 991.2 911R, which will
Have
be.
you got an order in for one of those?
No.
Okay, me either. I was just checking.
Nope, I don't have an order for a 991.2 GT3R.
We'd be much closer friends if you did. I can tell you that for right now.
Yeah. Not only that, there was the final time that the Aston Martin Vantage will be racing its current form, because there's going to be a newer Model 1, and that's had a pretty good send-off, finishing in position number 2.
Yeah, it was a good finish in the end for them. It sort of looked like they might be dropping back into the clutches of the third, fourth, and fifth place cars, but they were able to keep it going and stay on the podium there, and they did a good job.
They certainly did. Also, a pretty good thing that we got all. Basically, we had 5 manufacturers that finished in the top 6, and that was pretty good to see, because it looks like the session is going up, but the overlays are playing up a little bit. So,
it's all right, mate. Good commentators will overcome that. We'll talk our way through it, eh?
Yeah, no worries. So we are running the BES WC. Oh, there we go. We're in. And there we go. Should be up on the screen now, as well as the replay. Just giving a bit of a test up. So here we go. Now on track. It's just a little practice session until we officially go live. So, show you guys a bit of a telemetry. So, see how things go along here. So we are going to be using the BES WEC layouts, which is the faster of the chicanes, which I actually like. What do you think? So there we go. 20. Got less than 20 seconds until we are about to hit the race session.
Okay, I think I'm back with you there. Just lost you for a second, mate.
There we go. Gotcha.
Nice one. Yeah, the session was a little bit slow to come up this evening. We had a few issues, technical issues building the grid. The race management service that builds it is still very much, we're still finding little issues that crop up from time to time. And tonight was one of those instances. So hopefully we'll get that all sorted out in due course, or we definitely will get that sorted out in due course.
Not to worry. So cars are about to line up now. So here's the grid for the GT Dev Series. Looks like the field is starting to get bunched up on pole position. That seems a little bit weird. It looks like the grid might have bunched up a little. Let me double check on that. So, looks like Ryan Kolstad's on pole position, but that's definitely not the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening.
Not sure what's happened there, so we can just go by who's actually on the field now. So it is Rohan Keynes on pole position. Next we got Michael Barron, then Chris Whitaker, Aaron Ivers, Liam Eagle, Tyler Blackburn, Jacob Knight, David Miller, Nathan Anderson, Pat Gallo, William Mitchell, Brenton Hawkins, Jesse Butler, Chris Fraser, Stephen Bartholomew, Dan Hanover, Andrew Mogridge, Ross McQueen, Scott Clark, Daniel Aglin, and Ben Twidale for GTEs. GT3s, we've got Chris Robson, Chad Hearn, Rob Gray, Michael Spithill, Tom Curran, Sal Galenti, Stephen Varga, Simon Larder, Mark Dial, Jesse Farley, Dean Reddit, Hayden Vale, Jeremy Clark, Sebastian Murray Westberg, Cameron Pryor, and Andrew Lang rounds out your GTE field. Again, it's another 45-minute race. Safety car has just peeled off to the field. Rowan Keynes is your pole sitter. He will be controlling the car. Through the final corner we go. Round number 5 of the AMF GT Dev Series is go. And that is a impressive start by Rohan. It's just already put a bit of a gap. But look behind him. It's going to get a little bit hectic there. Car's going 3 wide already coming into turn number 1. Looks like the GTEs have gone off pretty good. Let's see how the GT3s held up, and looks like they have held up pretty well. Chris Robertson in the BMW Z4 already being put a lot of pressure behind Chad Hearn in the Redback Racing BMW Z4.
Looks like the safety car's been called there.
Safety car. So the safety car has just been called, but what for? Let's try and figure that out, because it looks like there is a really slow Porsche there that'll be of Tyler Blackburn. Several race on odds cars going slow. I don't know what's happened there. Let's just go back and see what happened. Ooh. Looks like there might be more to the story there. So there we go. The AMF RMS replay is up. Oh, looks like Just need to go back a little bit. Whoa! Well, hello. Big contact between Tyler Blackburn and looks like... let's just go back there a little bit. Looks like another Porsche got involved there. So there we go. Looks like it was contact between Blackburn and the 949. And I'll try to find who the 949 is. David Miller in another Porsche 911. So the safety car has been called for the first time this season. So yeah, that's a first. So this has never... So it looks like this is something that's never happened for the first time. It's the first time for me as well, so the field is now under the control of the RMS safety car that will be driven by Ryan Kolstad. And so the whole field will bunch up. Let's see, there he is right there in the number 444 Ford GTE. Rohan currently got everyone else under control. This might be in for the next couple of laps at least, so this is definitely a first, if I have to say that. Maybe a little suggestion for Ryan is to maybe use the blinking headlights to try and maybe signify that it's a safety car, but that's just a suggestion of mine. We should be getting a call where safety car... There we go. Right on cue. Safety car is now... Oh, what's going on? Safety car in the pits. So the field is now under the control of Rohan Keenans. He's going to be controlling the... He'll be controlling the field. Safety car is... Safety car's already in, and he is already gone. He's already gone. What a jump for Ryan! But immediately he gets Michael Barron right behind him, coming into turn number 1. Oh, that's a little bit wide there for Brendan Hawkins in the PRT. Oh, a bit of hip and shoulder between him and I believe that's Andrew Mortgage in the Ferrari 488. Number 399. There's already battles left, right, and center. Bit of weaving there. There's already a battle already. He's going to go around the outside. Jesse Butler in the Porsche 911. Going to leave Mortgage wide. He nearly goes off the road. Down towards the hairpin. This is going to get really, really, really intense. Down the hairpin we go. Just gets it done. Now they're all single file coming into the Schumacher S-Benz, named after the Formula One great Michael Schumacher. As it looks like a dive was about to happen, nearly was executed for the 315 out. Oh my god, the 315 Porsche 911 by William Mitchell, and there's already a couple other cars already in the mix there. Who's that behind? Stephen Bartholomew in the Ford GTE. Already executes a pass. Oh, it nearly made contact. There was nearly contact with the Porsche, but manages to pull through. Oh my goodness. That was close. And look at that, Mitchell dive bombs it. But was a little bit too cocky in that and understeers it. Never brake late in those type of corners, because even though the brakes on the Porsche and basically all GTEs are fairly good, they're not really good enough in terms of this. Staying on with Stephen Bartholomew for a sec. Looks like it's a fairly... It's looking fairly clean at the moment.
We might have just had to check out and check the weather. Heard of some possible rain, but the forecast says no. So we should be having a clean race. No rain at this stage.
Yeah. I just got you there. Just got you there. There we go. There was no further incident for the incidents between cars number 949 and 947. That was the lap 1 incident.
Yeah, Dave Miller caught up a fair few spots from his pretty reasonable qualifying position. So if he can do it, he'll work his damage.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking at the just look at the GT.
Said that those well.
Yeah. Just looking at the GT3 field for a sec. Chris Robson's put out a bit of a gap over Chad Hearn, about crawling up to 1.2 seconds as the current leader in the GT3 field, which is no joke, BMW 123 in the old Z4s. Then the next one is Tom Curran in a Mercedes, Stephen Varga in the AMG, and then it's Sal Galante in, get this, a BMW. It's almost a BMW field.
So a few battles going on at the moment. Jesse Butler, Andrew Mogridge having a little bit of a coming. Looks like the top 10 in the GTE field at the moment. The 7's Pat Geller, the end, Brenton Hawkins, and Jesse Butler rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a battle here just to try and get into the top 10 here. And Andrew Mortgage in the Race on Oz Ferrari 488 really getting his butt checked by Stephen Bartholomew. He's going to do a dive into turn 1. Is he going to execute it? Sign, sent. Is it delivered? No, it's not. It's being bounced. No, wait on a sec. Oh, this is going to get close. Nearly side by side, but no, the message has been bounced back, unfortunately. But he's definitely on his feet on this one. It's almost a pattern, actually. Ferrari, Ford. Oh, the Porsche breaks that pattern. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm losing my marbles. Gap between Rohan and Michael Barron is up to 1.8. Was 1.8 seconds. I don't know what's happening with live timing at the moment. Saying it's now 7 temps, and it does look pretty 7 temps at the moment. Let's just keep a lookout on this battle pack though, because it does look like it's heating up just a fair bit. That should be a little better. Looks like this battle is looking pretty tame at the moment. No sign of any big doozies at the moment. But there is a post-race review on the GT3s for restart. Basically, post-race review including procedures. So there might be something that might get considered in the future. So it looks like Brenton Hawkins has now joined in the battle, as well as Jesse Butler. Butler trying to get down on the was originally the inside, on the outside. They're side by side. Hawkins around. Does a 180 flick spin. That looks like 2 and a 1 doesn't go in that corner. Gets back on track fairly carefully.
Leader.
Yeah. Oh. Take a look there in the AMF replay. See what happened there. Looks like they were going side by side, and just never was going to work. It was never going to work. Not sure that's going to be a racing incident or not, but it will be under the discretion of race control. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, car wide. That was Jesse Butler in the again in the portion alone. Bit of damage on the back of the car with the incident between him and Hawks. See what happens here. Sort of brought up anything. A bit of look brakes. Well, the world lights bright blazing there. Let's get back to this before we continue on anything else. Looks like this battle's about to oh, Steve. What was that around? It was the 347. Just had a bit of an incident there. That was a little bit weird. Bit of another battle happening at the moment with Scott Clark and Tyler Blackburn in position. This is for position number. Well, I just had it there. Top. Here we are. There's a bit of a GTE battle here, and even inter-teammate battles. This is Andrew Morgridge, Tyler Blackburn, having a little inter-team battle themselves. But they've got Scott Clark. Scott Clark on. Let's keep an eye on Andrew Mortgage for a second, because it looks like he might get passed by Blackburn in the Ruse Porsche. There we go. He just lets his teammate by, says thank you very much, and takes that spot.
Charitable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. There you are. You're back.
I'm back. I hope you're hearing me okay. It's but I'll keep going if you're happy for me to do that, and hopefully we'll sort the problems out.
Yeah, no problem. You actually are sounding pretty much better now.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Tyler Blackburn. I had the Blackburn in real life not that long ago, and he's the moment racing. He's working at a motorsport comp.
Nice, nice. See if there's any news from about the incident between okay, it looks like there's been no further action between the incidents between Dan Haniva and the 398. No further action, as it was a self penalty. So move on then. No further action required. looks like Tyler Blackburn has just caught up to the back of Chris Fraser in the Pulse 4 GT. So you run out through the rest of the GT field. Oh, hello. What's happened here? Chris Fraser all of a sudden slowed down. He's lost 2 positions. Did he get a slowdown? Looks like he just got a slowdown penalty for cutting the Schumacher S. Let's just have a look at that for a sec. Let's jump onto... Looks like he might have jumped
on in the race.
Let's just jump back here, jump on board the Ford GT.
Through.
Oh yeah, that was a definite track cut. And immediately slows down, gives up the 2 spots, and oh, what a shame. It was shaping up to be a pretty good battle, but unfortunately, yeah, what it's cracked up to be. What a shame. So the gap between first and second has stabilized a bit. It's now 0.8 of a second. There are some pretty good battles at the moment. Just want to keep your eyes back onto what's happening in the GT3 field. Oh, looks like there is a decent, might be a decent, it's either a decent battle down back or something. Currently looking at Brenton West in the Audi R8, currently being heckled by Jeremy Clark in the Mercedes AMG. Behind him is Hayden Veiled in the Race on Oz Mercedes AMG. Quite a number of people now jumping into the pits to do their compulsory pit stop whip, because they have just clicked over 20 laps to go, so the field will get shuffled. So Pat Gallo is now your effective race leader.
Like Pat will be stoked to hear that. He's very excited to be getting up the front end of the field. He's been putting in a lot of miles to get the car further up the field, and it's nice when it pays off a little.
It does indeed.
Only for a little while.
There's always a catch. And the catch sometimes sucks. Because when he gets back into the pits, he'll... Looks like the field has been cleansed again. Somehow, it was in P1 when I looked in the timing screens. Now it just jumped back to Rohan's for some reason. That's a bit weird. I do apologise for that. My bad. Timing screen went.
I suspect. Yeah, I suspect JRT might have been reporting that wrong. Mitchell, followed by Tyler Blackburn. Guys.
Oh, that looks like a track cut, but he does not get a slow down. But there's anything interesting happening at the moment, but at the moment we've got Jesse Butler in the middle of two GT3s. Look at that one for a sec. Currently behind Chris Robertson in the BMW Z4. Not long ago offloaded Chad Hurd. Man, the Porsches do look big over the BMWs. Going down the Schumacher S. Definitely going to get his low down because this is the lead. Goes for a pass. It's going to be a clean pass. I hope there's contact! Robertson goes wide. He's now vulnerable to Hearn. That was a bit. That was a bit I don't know how to describe this in words, but that was a little. I don't think that was on, in my opinion. You can't go too wide. We saw it with the incident with Brenton Hawkins early in the race. Now, Chad Hearn. There, Robson in the pits. He's bailed. He knows there might be a problem now, so he's pulled himself out of that. So Chad Hearn is now your GT3 leader. Rohan is still your GTE and overall leader as well. Here we go, here's something interesting here. Battle between two Porsches. See what else is happening in and around the field. Do apologise if things just jump over from one side to the other. So looks like everyone is at the moment doing their mandatory pit stops. A lot of cars now just getting out of harm's way. Very clean, very quick, smart. But that for a little bit of a moment there. Jeremy Clark alongside Brendan West and gets, oh, hello, gets a little bit more than he bargained for and could lead to a slowdown penalty. He'll have to, if that's the case, he'll have to give up the spot that Hayden bailed, but by the looks of things he just got away with it. That looked pretty deceiving on that point of view. It looked like that he might have jumped the chicane, but by the looks of things he has not. So that's almost too close to comfort. Back at it. Currently, I'm looking at Simon Larder in the Mercedes AMG, currently 4th in class. He's a fair chunk of a distance away from the next position's Hayden Vale. And not far back from Hayden is Chad Hearn. So it looks like the pit stops are currently underway. Again, another battle here between Ian Smee and Stephen Bartholomew. It looks like this battle is not going to lift up any moment soon. Oh, looks like there was a mistake made. And oh my goodness, that is absolutely tight. Position number 18. That is of Michael Spithill in the Mercedes AMG, just kind of getting caught in the crossfire there between the battling GTEs of Jesse Butler, William Mitchell, and looks like Chris Fraser has just been... Oh no, Chris Fraser hasn't been in the battle at all, my apologies. So you can see on the screen now, this are your live results at the moment. So top 5 in GTE is Michael Barron, Tyler Blackburn, Andrew Morgridge, Chris Whitaker, and Pack. Oh! Should have spoke then. Who was that? That was Jesse Butler in the Porsche 911. He just spun all by himself. Or was it by himself, or what was he aided? We're about to find out. Coming through the hairpin into the Schumacher S. It looked like it might have been caught up by the Riot Sim Racing's Mercedes AMG. That would be of... See who that was.
Yeah, it looks like he locked the rear hard on the pastor.
Oh,
it's easy to do.
Yeah, that was Andrew Lang in the Mercedes AMG. Nope, just did it all by himself. Lock the brakes, try and pass him and move on.
One of the tricks with these cars, especially, is to really lean on that rear brake bias to try and use all to pull up. And that's all well and good while the car's pointed in a straight line, but as soon as you start to roll, very easily happened there where he's had a fair bit of bias on. And looks like Jesse's rejoined there in 15th place, and now just working back through some of the GT3 cars. Just coming up on Scott Clark in the GTE category.
Scott Clark, I'm trying to see where... Look, there he is, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, there is a bit of congestion down the back straight there. Bit of hustle and bustle. It looks like there is a little battle happening at the moment. Oh, that was a little bit gnarly there, but for Michael Spearhill, gets out of the way calm and collectively. Very good, very good. That's what I like.
It's not an easy thing.
No, definitely not. Now he's got the 179 of Gary Fishwick. Also calling the crosshairs. Understeers it. I think he did it on purpose just to get these Porsches out of the way. Doesn't want to get in there.
Conspiracy theory. Well, where's your money for the win, Isaac? You think Rowan's got the speed to pull this off, or do you think some of the other?
Oh, I think Rowan's got. I think Rowan's got it. If we clean up.
Doesn't he? It's at this stage.
Yeah, he's currently in position number 2. Currently in a battle between him and Michael Barron. So let's keep an eye on this for a second, because this is not long come out of pits, and it seemed to have lost the spot through that.
Yeah, I'm showing Michael Barron in front, and he's leading.
Yeah, I'm looking at that same thing too.
Rowan's having a look though. He's going to throw it up the inside. No, he's just trying to get in his mirrors and unsettle Michael just a little bit.
The good old tactic of trying to.
Yep. Trying to rattle the guy in front, trying to make him move off his line and start making little mistakes, and that'll give him the opportunity. If he doesn't have it on raw speed alone, which I suspect he might.
Yeah, there are quite a different balance of performance changes over between the Porsche and the Ferrari, as Rohan just understeers it out of that corner, now being held up by one of the RRT Mercedes AMGs. They're going to go side by side. It pulls out of the outside. Very good work. Good work there, but here we go. He's going to go for a dive here. No, he's not. He's going to pull in behind Barron. This is a really pretty good battle for the lead at the moment. Might spice things up in the next 6 minutes. There we go. He's going for a dive now into turn 1. He's got the inside run. He's definitely going to get done, but Michael is not having a bar of it. He's got the better line coming into turn 2. They are side by side yet again. Rohan's just got 2 wheels off there, and he is not giving this up, not one bit. He's got them. Yeah, he's got a better pass there, and there we go. Pass is executed, and he will regain the race lead.
Formula 3 race at this circuit earlier. But there's some classic passes through that section of the track. It seemed like a real passing opportunity for most of those cars. A lot of side-by-side action. Just Michael's now pushing very hard, trying to stay with Rowan, and looks like he might have just overshot the corner there and given Rowan a little bit of a gap.
There we go. Gap just extended to 6 tenths there. If it's that the case, he might jump down another spot to Aaron Ivers in the second Porsche 911. If that is the case, looks like the top 3 is currently spread abroad at the moment. At least 1.5 seconds separated each other, but looks like Michael's again closed that gap on Rohan. Let's jump on the roof cam here for a second. Oh, Rohan. Looks like he's just gone wide just a little bit. Again, just he's eating out more of the gap. Let's try something a little bit cool, shall we? Okay, maybe not. I might have not have got that fixed yet. Aaron Ivers. Woo! Got a little bit squirrely there.
Pushing hard to move up.
Yeah, understeered then oversteered.
And meanwhile, Mike a little bit close onto Rowan again. He might have some speed here.
Might have. Let's find out. But now it's been about to get held up by another lap GT3. Just less than 2.5 minutes to go. This has been one of those tight-lipped battles at the moment. But there is another battle down here. This battle for the bottom step of the podium between Chad Hearn and Rob Gray. We should look at this one for a sec before the clock strikes 0. We've got approximately maybe at least a couple more laps to go. That's what I'm thinking. I might be!
Chad Hearn has a lose!
They're side by side!
Oh, he's held around the outside! Spectacular action.
Wow, that was close. That could have...
Both drivers very lucky there not to come away with damage. That was magic.
That was absolutely magic. Absolutely. 1.5 minutes to go. They are battling for the bombs.
That's it. It shows you how hard these guys are pushing. It's not just, oh yeah, let's go and see how we do it. Corner of every lap, every position matters. Gotta push, gotta push, gotta push. And it's the same up and down the field. Doesn't matter where you are. These guys will fight.
Oh, they definitely will. So we'll keep on this battle for just a little bit. We're just about to hit 1 minute to go. But that was insanely close there by both Rob Gray and Chad Hearn. Hearn went wide. That could have started off a chain reaction, but thankfully they had their wits and they managed to just back off before causing any
Held their
harm.
nerve and kept it all together. Nice.
Yeah. That was pretty impressive on their behalf. So here we go. Time is about to come to a close. We've done exactly 23 laps. Let's see if there's any other battles happening down back. Looks like they're all glanced. Whoa! Who was that? That was Jesse Varley in the Race on Odds BMW Z4. Two wheels on the dirt. Gets overtaken by Stephen Varga. Time is about to come to a close. They're going side by side in through the hairpin. They managed to get it through. So here we go.
Oh!
Oh! They touch! They touch!
Yeah. Hello. Speak Morse code, but I suspect that was look out, I'm coming through.
It would be exactly, and Rohan has just started his
Oh,
final.
and a big dive up the inside.
Looking very, very close. This is officially the final lap. After this, this race will be over. We'll probably come back to that in a second. See where Rohan is. He's currently at the Schumacher S. Probably keep an eye on him for a second. Before going back to that battle, but this is absolutely eating up. Simon Larder, Jesse Varley. Ooh, wait, where did that pace suddenly come through? Just came out of nowhere.
Much the cars vary over the course of the race, both through driving style, track temperature, and everything else. Sometimes you get it right, and sometimes you don't. And the delta between the cars is surprising sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. Around the final corner now, Rohan Keynes. What a stellar drive. Basically, a lights the flag victory. He takes the win. Michael Barron's second. Aaron Ivers will be third, but looks like things are just about to heat up with that battle down the back.
Down the field in the GT3 and...
Oh my goodness.
Sonny Jesse.
And there's a Ford in there. And that's a Porsche wide. But
Everywhere the line.
what a stellar drive that was.
Stations. Every position matters.
Exactly, all for sheep stations. And Jesse, what were you doing? Just absolutely bins it right in front of the broadcasting booth for absolutely no reason.
Money to...
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. Well, that was pretty
Nürburgring doesn't disappoint, does it?
No. No, so here are your results for here are the results for the race that just went. Rohan Keynes is your GTE and overall race winner. Ben Twidale in position number 2. No, that's not right. Michael Barron, position number 2. Aaron Ivers in P3. Chris Whitaker in position in P4. Liam Eagle 5. Jacob Knight is 6th. Stephen Bartholomew in position number 7. Ty Blackburn P8. Andrew Morgridge P9. I don't know why Ben Twidale there has put everything out of whack. But your P10 is Chris Fraser for Tempo Motorsport. P11 is Jesse Butler for Shove Motorsport. Scott Clark is in P12. William Mitchell is position 13. Pat Gallo in P14. Nathan Anderson 15th. David Miller 16th. Dan Hanover for CMR Racing is 17th. Russ McQueen for Rather Racing. He would rather be possibly in a high position, no pun intended. P18. Daniel Ackland is position 19. And in position number 20 was Ben Twidale. Position 21, Ian Smith for Race on Oz. Brendan Hawkins was your final GTE driver for position number 22. Non-finishers were Ryan Kolstad, he was the safety car. Dean Ross for Pulse Racing and Dave Clements for Redback Racing. So here are your results for GT3s. Chris Robertson is your race winner for GT3s in the BMW Z4. Tom Curran with Redback Racing. First for Mercedes, he's in position number 2. Rob Gray for Flying Giraffe, he's in position number 3. Chad Hearn, P4. Sebastian Murray Westberg has to be a really good spot. Has to be a PB.
Absolutely, he'll be stoked. Where did he end up?
13th.
That's still pretty good.
The field's jumbled again. So Sal Galenti's actually P5. Stephen Vargo is in position number 6. P7 Simon Lada. P8 Jesse Varley for Race on Oz. P9 is Brendan West. And position number 10 is Dean Reddit for Ryan Sim Racing. Hayden Veiled in P11. Brendan Young P12. Just try and go through this again. P13 Sebastian Murray Westberg for Redback Racing. Position number 14 is Jeremy Clark. Okay, P15 might be in the next. Come on, in the next page. Mike Dial is in position number 15 for Redback Racing. Michael Spithill in position number 16. P17 is Hayden Benefield for FT1 Motorsport. P18 is Gary Fishwick for CMR Racing. Position number 19 is Andrew Lane for Riot Sim Racing, and in P20 is Cameron Pryor for Flying Giraffe. Justin Cottrell and Grant Manafort did not start this race. Woo-wee.
Looks like Tom Curran has stuck his head in the commentary booth for a bit of a chat.
I am here, boys. How are we going?
Very well, thanks, Tom. Yeah, we've had a bit of a patchy broadcast, unfortunately. We had some technical issues, but we just did our best. You had a little bit of an interloper just drop in and steal your almost perfect record away from you.
Yeah, Chris coming in. He was bloody quick, to be honest. So I think that BMW had a bit more than the Merc around here. That's what I'll blame anyway. But no, it was an awesome race. Don't know what happened to Rob and Chad in the pits, but I ended up jumping them. It's about 7 seconds behind. And yeah, a bit of fuel drama for Chris at the end there when it was going to be very close. And I think he got me by half a tenth. But yeah, awesome race. Good track, good fun. And yeah, really good result again for RRT.
Yeah,
sorry, mate, you go.
Yeah, definitely. It seems that RRT are the dominant force in GT3s, and well, like I say, it's now we are currently in the second half of the season with 4 more rounds to go. Will we see anything different in terms of strategy for RRT, or is it just going to be do what we do for the first half of the race, keep it for the second half?
Yeah, in the sprint races, I think that's just all you can do, really. Push as hard as you can and get as low on fuel, and then take that pit stop, no tyres. And I know under the safety car today was sort of the first time I've had a safety car in this sort of race, and I was just clutching around the whole track, saving as much fuel as possible. And I think it helped me in the pit stops. I had less fuel to put on than Rob, and jumped him. So a little strategy here and there, but it's much the same. And good battle with Chad in sort of the top of the championship there.
All those little 1%, they make a difference when they add up, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just sat there and I literally was clutching the whole way around, and I heard Rob wasn't as much, and I just knew that I'd have a less fuel, and I actually got eked a lap out more than those boys. So, yeah, less fuel at the stop, and it makes a massive difference in the sprint race.
It does. It does.
It does, definitely.
Brilliant, mate. I was just going to say, in terms of preparation for the race, how much time do you put in to get yourself to the level where, I mean, you are fairly dominant in the GT3 races. How much are you putting in during the week to get ready for each race?
To be perfectly honest, not much. The missus would kill me if I did too much more than I already do. So, me and Chris and I did a race or a session last night here. I hosted for about half an hour. Is all I could manage, but half an hour and then just the practice and quali for the race.
Chalk it up to raw talent and good looks, eh?
Yeah, we'll run with that.
Imagine. Good stuff. Well, congratulations on another podium, mate. Looks like you're going to run away with the championship.
Hopefully, I think Chad's got a bit more pace than me, so it should be a good finish to the year. Thanks, boys.
Fantastic.
No problem. Gotcha.
So we've got a bunch of people in the waiting room, mate. Who's your choice next?
Let's see if we can do.
Maybe we should take a GTE. We've got Aaron Ivers there. Shall we bring him in?
Yeah, sure. Let's bring Aaron in. Your third place driver. Aaron, you there?
There we go. Aaron Ivers. Oh, he's got his mic muted, has he? Hello.
Hey guys, how you going? Can you guys hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you.
I got you now.
It's working. That's all right.
How's that battle at the end of the race there with you, Rohan, and
Michael Barron, was it?
Yeah, Michael Barron.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good there, mate. I messed up coming out of the pits, which was pretty terrible of me. Otherwise, I probably could have had a chance at staying in front, but but just ran out of laps. But Rowan had pretty good pace throughout. Oh, yeah, top 3 did, so it was good.
Yeah, it was a really really good race.
There's a lot of exciting moments there. You 3 guys are pretty close the whole race, I thought. It seemed like a really good battle, something fun to be involved in.
Yeah, it was sort of within a few seconds for the whole race, so just trying to hang in there and not make too many mistakes. So
it's easy to get tucked up behind someone and just watch what they do, and then lose the flow or the process that you have to find the points and get yourself around the track well. So, well done, mate. It was good to watch.
Yeah, thanks very much for that. Yeah, it is just about that, keeping consistent. And as soon as you make a little mistake, it's very easy to get sort of sucked in and make a lot more. So, but no, cheers. It was good.
Good stuff, mate. Got a plug for the sponsors?
I don't really have any sponsors personally.
Excellent. So... Okay, so is advertising space available here?
Yeah, well, closest thing I got to shout out to Aaron Hindle at Hindle Karting. So,
there you go. Nice one. Where are they based, mate?
Based in Lara, which is just near Geelong. So,
magic
services for all your karting needs. Give him a ring.
Excellent. I'll do that as soon as we get off.
Nice.
Love your work, mate. Thanks for that.
We've got a couple more people.
Who's Jägermeister? We've got some pseudonyms in the
that's Chris
waiting room.
That was Chris. That's Chris. That's a GT3. I'll get him on now. Got the we have your winner of GT3 here, Chris Robertson. Chris, you nearly got that win flawlessly. You just had a bit of a battle there with Tom Curran.
Yeah, hey guys, had a bit of a battle with fuel.
Yeah, Tom was suggesting that you underfilled a little there and had to really stretch it towards the end.
Yeah, we underfilled by about a lap, and crossed the line with 0.1. Get coughed just across the line.
Oh, well managed, mate. That's the perfect strategy by the sound of it.
That was close.
I wouldn't say perfect.
So were you actually lifting and coasting a lot there towards the end of the race to make that happen, or was it just serendipitous?
It was clutching about halfway down the front and back straight and lifting early into every corner. I think we dropped 13 seconds to Tom while saving fuel. So.
Wow. Okay. Well managed, mate. So a little bit more maths to be studied prior to the next one, do you think?
I reckon an email to Z1.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh dear. Yeah, we won't name the guilty. Very good.
Yeah.
So we'll see you for a few more races, mate. You haven't been on for all the races this season. Will we see you around for a few more towards the end of the season, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm home, I tend to pop in every now and again. This was sort of a precursor for Bathurst next weekend, just to get back into this car. So we'll see how we go.
Got the eye in?
Hopefully got the eye in. Hopefully we can bring home a win in the 12 here.
Nice. Got a good feeling for that one?
I think so. Good group in the car, so we'll see what happens. Keep it straight and you're in with a chance.
Nice. A little BMW will go well around Bathurst, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So long as we put fuel in it, mate. You're right.
Yeah. That little chestnut. You got 12 hours to figure it out.
Yeah. Last stint that matters. But I won't do the calculations. How about that?
There you go. Nice one. Good on you, mate. Thanks for dropping in.
No worries. Cheers, boys.
See you, mate.
Cheers.
What do you reckon? Grab Rob Gray, and what do you reckon?
Yep. Let's bring Rob in.
Rob, how are you, mate?
Hi, Dave. Good.
That's good, mate. Fairly successful race, all things considered, mate.
Yeah, it definitely was.
There's some great battles going on there with yourself there, sort of in the second half of the race especially, I thought. There's some fairly tight racing.
Yeah, I think I got really lucky to get on the podium there. Chad, I guess he had a problem, which didn't help. And I was really impressed by Tom, who was behind me before I pitted, and then he came out with 5 seconds in front. So I was trying to catch him, yeah.
We were talking to him about that earlier on. He said that he was able to save fuel in the first half of the race and eke out an extra lap, and the time saved in the pits helped him to jump you. Yeah, on the last lap, I think I had crew chief tell me I had 10 minutes of fuel left, so I clearly got my fuel strategy wrong. Safety factor was too high, eh? Yeah. I'd actually reduced. I normally put in a different amount, and I'd taken 3 litres out because at the last race I had the same thing happen to me and lost 5 seconds in the pits to Tom. But yeah, I needed to take more out. I didn't really bother doing enough calcs. So you have the slide rule sitting next to you for the next race, do you think? Yeah, I don't know. I thought that last race. I don't know if I could be bothered getting that serious. But maybe it's worth it. Oh, it's funny because you say that, but on the track, the red mist comes down and everyone races like it's for $1 million. Every spot, not just the lead, every spot down the field. But as soon as the red mist comes off, it's like, I wasn't taking it that seriously. You don't need to work too hard at it. Yeah, that's right. No one, wants to win these things, of course. No. Second, third, fourth is fine as soon as the helmet comes off. Yeah, no, that was definitely a really good race. I enjoyed that, and I enjoy this track. I find it's a different kind of track to drive than what we've been at so far, just in the way you apply the throttle through the corners in the GT3. Yep. The radius of the corners, there's a few tightening corners on this track, especially that first complex after the hard dipping hairpin and into that sequence there. I personally struggle quite a bit. It takes a real amount of finesse and balance to get the car through there well.
Yeah, absolutely. That whole sequence of corners from the first turn through to like turn 5.
Yeah, no, it definitely takes some real talent, and certainly the cream's risen to the top in this instance.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Good one. Oh, thanks for dropping in, mate. You got any plugs for the sponsors?
No, we're just a bunch of flying giraffes, me and my 2 other teammates, Cam and Millen, and
Nice one. How'd you come up with the name for the team?
we used to race a different league a while back, and we just wanted something that wasn't very serious, because of course we're not serious. So we thought flying giraffes and that. But I think we're going to get more serious.
Sounds good, mate. No, it's a cool name. I like it a lot. It's something you can work with.
Thanks for the chat, guys.
Good on you, mate. Take care. We'll see you next round.
See you.
We had David Miller in the waiting room, but he's just ducked off to the loo. We'll see if we can get him back for a chat. He's always good for a laugh.
Yeah, we just saw Rohan down the bottom there. See if I can try and. No, it doesn't want to be dragged up.
We might have to get Ryan in for a chat about his best and fairest choices for this week, do you think?
Looks like he's just jumped offline, so unfortunately
Well, that's less than ideal, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a bit unfortunate, but it's the way things go, unfortunately. Oh.
Yeah, not to worry.
I'm just going to see what Rohan says first before we proceed. But yeah, it's been another really good race. To be
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference. The track, last week's Zenport, I thought that was going to be it can be a difficult track, and depending on how everyone attacks it, it can be a bit of a procession. But I think last week that was another great race that perhaps we weren't actually expecting.
Yeah.
And Rowan's blaming technical issues with the hardware for not coming for a chat, but it looks like Ryan Kolstad has dropped in.
Evening, guys.
Hey, Ryan.
Evening.
How are we?
Good.
How was the race from the point of view of the Supreme Overlords, otherwise known as race control?
Other than calling a safety car, which was the first for the season, the race was really good, actually. Had really good battles all the way through the backs. I'm sorry you guys are watching it. I'll have to watch over the replay again and have a look. But yeah, from what we could see from the battles, it was some really hard fought battles going on there. It was good to see.
It is, isn't it? We were just having a laugh about that earlier on. It's not just the guys in the lead, it's the guys in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 15th, 16th, 20th, 25th, 50th, doesn't matter. Every position is absolutely crucial. Cannot give it up, and everyone's fighting for it like this. Like the farm is backing it.
Yeah, no, it's good to see. It's testament to the people that have helped me out and make these setups and everything that everyone's done to help me do this series. It's testament to everyone behind the scenes for how good this series is.
It was nice to see a couple of redresses tonight too. A couple of the guys are fairly serious about the best and fairest prize.
Well, I have to admit, they were those redresses were actually done off their own bat too. None of the redresses were requested by race controls.
Some very much gentleman drivers out there. So
Yes.
have you had a chance to make a call on your best and fairest for this week, or are you still penciling that in?
Tonight, I'm still penciling it in. I'm leaning towards a very, very good battle in the middle there between Stephen Bartholomew and Jesse Butler, I believe.
Yeah,
they were having a great battle early on before the pit stop phase.
I did hear Isaac fall off his chair there at one stage when he's commentating on that.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I heard that.
I've got you on here, Dave. We don't often get you in the room. Is there anything you want to talk to everyone about the RMS?
Yeah, no, look, we'll touch on that a little bit. Tonight wasn't a shining moment, unfortunately. We found a couple of little bugs, but that's what it is. We're a bit of software in development. Fundamentally, for those who aren't aware of what RMS is, it's an attempt, and it will be a successful attempt, at creating an interface that helps with everything iRacing. So at this stage, it's being developed to assist with the hosting side of things. So we're using RMS to build the grids. Normally we have 2 servers for these races, and to build 2 server grid with 2 fields and split them evenly across the splits, you can't do that with iRacing automatically. So RMS was designed to automatically do that, and it does a really good job of that. The actual hosting side of things is a tiny bit tricky with the interface with iRacing. We're working on that, and it just comes back to improving the speed a little bit, which we will do as time goes on. But moving on from that, moving down the line, we're going to do a lot of things with RMS. We've got a lot of plans in the pipeline for people who are hosting, people who are broadcasting, and just people who are racing. Some of the stuff we want to do is to include mobile integration, which has a lot of connotations for social media, and also just staying in touch with the people that you race with. If somebody jumps online to go for a race, you get notifications. Then to be able to then enroll in a race from your mobile and then rock over to your computer and jump on and be ready to go. Well, that's the kind of things that we're looking to do with it to make the iRacing experience even richer than it currently is.
That'll be very good when we be able to.
Yeah, and to be able to quickly access your results and things like that from the mobile phone. I can't remember the number of times that I've wondered how many points I got from a race, or what position I finished in the last race, or things like that. I've got a few inter-team battles with guys, and I like to know when they're racing and how they're doing in the official stuff. So to be able to have that stuff at your fingertips on your mobile phone is something that I'd like to bring to iRacing and to everybody that uses it.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll reveal more as time goes on, and as we build the features in. At this stage, as we said, it's still very much in development. We're hoping to have a beta out in a couple of months' time with some very basic features. Australia will be the first place that it gets a run, and we'll expand out to the rest of the world towards the end of the year, I hope. So keep an eye out. We've got a website coming next week, got a Twitter account, and Facebook accounts are up now. Search for RMS or Race Management Service, and we'll keep you in the loop as to what we're up to.
No worries. Well, from an AMF point of view, I'm glad to be a part of what's happening with RMS, and happy to have you on board helping us this season and for many more seasons to come.
Sounds fantastic, mate. And we are absolutely stoked to be able to have the AMF as a launch pad for Race Management Service, because when you're using things live, when you're putting pressure on it, when you are running with it like this, it exposes issues and allows us to fix them. And the patience of everybody involved in the racing, when the servers do take a little bit longer to go up, we do appreciate that. But it will get better as time goes on.
It definitely will.
Yeah, I mean, looking forward to bringing some features to the broadcasters too, Isaac. So keep an eye out for that.
We'll do. Looks like that's it. That's it for everyone.
Magic.
No worries, Joe. It was great to talk to you, and I'll talk to you another.
No problem.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for the race, buddy.
Cheers, Ryan.
No worries.
So yeah, it's time to wrap it up. Thank you very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Do apologise about the technical problems. It's on my end. Not to worry, my computer will be upgraded in the next few months, so things should be running much more smoother in the future. So on behalf of myself, Isaac Edwards, and Dave Clements, who helped join on board, it was going to be a one-horse broadcast, but thankfully he put his hand up and volunteered. And I do thank him for that.
No worries at all, mate. You got one horse and a small puppy by comparison.
Yeah.
Nice one, buddy. Look, thanks for having us on board, mate. I had a great time.
No problem. Our next broadcast will be next Sunday. We will be heading to, and I believe it is Road Atlanta.
Atlanta, I believe that's the case.
So let me just double check on that.
Le Mans, the weekend after that.
I've accidentally switched channels by mistake.
That'll happen.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you guys didn't quite hear
Keep an eye
that.
out for the. I was just saying, Le Mans is the weekend after the Road Atlanta, I believe, if memory serves correctly.
Yeah,
Keep an eye out for the Ferraris there.
Yeah, they are usually pretty good at Road Atlanta.
They are indeed. Oh, actually, I was thinking Le Mans, but Road Atlanta. Well, the balance of performance has been fantastic. So I think the Ferraris and the Fords need to get their act together. But certainly the Ferraris and the Porsches have been very closely matched at the front of the GTE field, and the AMG Mercedes and the BMWs have both been packing a fair punch in the GT3s.
They definitely have been. So it will be another sprint race. Then the next enduro will be the weekend after at the Circuit de la Sarthe, otherwise known as Le Mans.
Sound like a French boy.
Who knows?
There you go.
So yeah, we thank you all for joining us tonight. Do apologise about the technical problems. I will get it resolved within the next few weeks. So on behalf of myself and Dave Clement, we do hope you have a fantastic night. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get drunk. Actually, literally, don't get drunk. Don't do anything. Don't do anything stupid. Just all that.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay at school. And I will see you guys next round. Catch us then.
Excellent.